Just going to make some brief comments to address some of my commentators who I'm pretty sure are Jesuits. I've noticed that some Jesuits, or a lot of Jesuits, are starting a new tactic when they comment on my videos. One thing they're doing is going back to the older videos where my fans are not, commenting on, and flooding the comment section with commentators from Jesuits to make me appear crazy. One of their favorite videos to go back to is the one about when the nukaki first hit Canada in December 2011, and I made a frantic video asking the world to get our scientists and military to help now. That was the first nukaki I dealt with, and they have flooded that video with Jesuit commentators. I invite some of my fans to go to that video and kind of balance out what they're saying. They're, trying to make me appear crazy, acting like it never happened, and that I'm really psychotic to believe that there's even such a thing as a nukaki. I'm going to address a couple of comments from my commentators on the most recent video I made about a nukaki. Somebody said they launched a nukaki from YouTube. I didn't say that. Don't lie, please. I mean, I believe in free speech and all that, but when you start lying, that's not right. I did not say that in the video, and I think this commentator's a Jesuit, and they know I didn't say that. They're just hoping that somebody's going to read the video read the comment underneath the video, not even bother to listen to the video and make a judgment on the video based on what the commentators are saying. This is a Jesuit distraction technique, which is one of their favorite strategies. When they don't want you to pay attention to something, the Jesuits will create a distraction, just like I believe the Jesuits were behind that King James only spacecraft that crashed in Russia, which was reported in the news media as being a meteor shower. And they actually encouraged the King James only people to do that in order to create a distraction against the legal case that we had going on with Zack Knight at that time. Jesus told us that's what they were doing. That's one of Zack Knight's favorite tactics, to create a distraction, to get people distracted away from an important issue that he wants everybody to forget about. One thing that Zack Knight does not want people to know is that nukakis do exist and that the Jesuits use them. Because if that's true, that means the Jesuits are one of the worst terrorist organizations on the planet. And that my conspiracy law needs to be enforced, which means Jesuits all need to be arrested. I never said that in that video about the nukaki that hit Intuit in San Francisco and Canada, actually it was a whole barrage of nukakis. That's what Brent told me. I never said that the nukaki was launched from YouTube, and I think this commentator knew this. This is a Jesuit. They just said that to make me appear crazy. The nukaki was obviously launched from a Jesuit spacecraft, or from a Jesuit base. Okay. Brent didn't go into a lot of details telling me where the nukaki came from, but I know it didn't come from YouTube, and I didn't say that. And this Jesuit commentator knew that. He just out and out lied, he or she. I didn't even pay attention to what sex they are. He says, how did they launch a missile from a video sharing website? First of all, you're lying. You know they didn't launch the missile from the video sharing website. And if you truly believe this, then you're the one who's the idiot, because you didn't even listen to my video and get the story straight. How does a nukaki even work? To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I know it's a horrible Jesuit invention. A nuclear missile with semen inside of it, yes. Leave it to the Jesuits to create something so grotesque. He might say, wouldn't the blast destroy all the semen, like it destroys everything else? Jesuits have shield technology. They probably put a shield around the semen part of it so that part doesn't get destroyed. And Jesuits put shields, they can put shields around, like if they launch a nukaki and have it hit a bunch of cities, if they want, let's say one of those cities is a Jesuit city, they can put a shield over that city, and we can do that ourselves. So we can put shields. If we know a nukaki is going to come, we can put a shield over a city and prevent that nukaki from hitting the city. So since there's shield technology out there, that's the answer to your question. The Jesuits are obviously putting a shield around the semen so that it's not damaged by the nuclear part of the nukaki. Even if that could work, my goodness, how much semen would you need? Now, this is the tricky part. I think what's happening is that the Jesuits are contributing semen into the nukaki, and they've got some sort of a genetic multiplication cloning program inside the nukaki so that it only takes a little bit of semen and they can multiply it like 1,000,000 times over when the nukaki blast hits. They've got cloning technology, so they're probably making clones of the Jesuit semen and got some sort of, and they use accelerated growth hormones on their clone baby so they can grow a clone baby into adulthood in 1 or 2 months. That's how they make so many clones. And they can age, like Brianna Jenkins Schuler, which is Terrance, the genetic daughter of Terrance Jenkins and myself. She was created like in October 2011 from some stolen egg and semen from me and Terrance Jenkins, and they created her in their laboratory. They put the egg and the sperm together. Then they used accelerated growth hormone into her, and we actually saw this woman, and she's a beautiful young lady. We actually saw her. I have pictures of her at my website, especially if you go to gabrielchana.com/portfolio.html. I have pictures of her at my website showing her when she was just a baby, and this would have been in around Thanksgiving 2011. Then in 1 month later, she was like a 13-year-old teenager, and I got the picture of her up there, December 2011. And then 1 month after that, she was like a 26-year-old beautiful woman. So within 2 months, Brianna grew from a baby to like a 26-year-old woman. They use accelerated growth hormone in their clone babies. So this is how they can make like 200 clones of Loree McBride. So even if we execute one of them, 2 months later, they could have 200 more of her. So it's like they pop up like cockroaches. That's what Brent Spiner was saying. So I imagine they use the same sort of technology on the semen. They probably clone it and then use some sort of accelerated growth hormone to cause it to just multiply like wild when the semen bomb explodes, and it's terrible. It's so bad that people are literally drowning in semen. And Brent and Terrance described to me their experience with the Canadian nukaki, and you can read it at my website. I have some links that describe what happened in the Canada bomb. It's on the first page, gabrielchana.com. So that's your answer to that question. How much semen would you need? They have accelerated growth hormones. They use it with their clone babies. He says, how would you store that much into a single missile? Like I said, I believe that once the bomb explodes, there's accelerated growth, and it just like multiplies, like boom, like just like that. The Jesuit technology is amazing. It's so advanced. It doesn't get reported on in the news because the Jesuits don't want people to know what kind of technology they're using. It would show how horrible they are. You would say, and breathing in semen from the air does not get a woman pregnant. LOL, laugh out loud. I'm going to laugh at you out loud because I never said they got pregnant from breathing in semen from the air. The women are literally drowning in this semen, and the semen goes up there. If you're just swimming, let's say you're swimming in a swimming pool. Let's presume it's all semen instead of water, and you're not on the birth control pill. You're going to get pregnant because the semen's going to go up your vagina. That's how they're getting pregnant. They're drowning in semen. They're swimming in it. And if that semen gets up their vagina, they're pregnant. You don't understand how this nukaki works. When it explodes, it sends out a tidal wave of semen. I mean, it's a tidal wave. And people drown in it. And that's how the women are getting pregnant. It's a horrible invention. The Jesuits are so evil to invent this thing. Okay? So all I'm going to say is you're just way behind the times. A personal opinion, I think this is a Jesuit commentator. And I think they know how the nukaki works. And Zack Knight has instructed them to lie about what I've stated in my videos to make me appear really crazy, so that it's a distraction technique so that people won't listen to my video. They'll just write me off as crazy and not even listen to what I have to say. Somebody else made the comment that I talk in third person on my videos. I listen to some of my videos. I talk in first person. Don't lie, Jesuit. I'm certain is this channel run by a Jesuit clone? That was meant to be a smart alecky comment. More than likely, the person who made the comment might be a Jesuit clone. If not, they're a Jesuit. Jesuits are notorious liars. There have been some other comments that Jesuit commentators have made about my videos, and they're lying. And it's a distraction technique to get people to read the comments below the video and not even bother to listen to what I have to say to see if that person's telling the truth about me. But I encourage some of you all to go back to some of my earlier videos, because that's what the Jesuits are doing, and they're flooding the comment sections with comments to make me appear crazy. Maybe you can go back there and kind of balance it out, you know. I'm just making this video to make the world aware that the Jesuit commentators to my YouTube videos are starting to have some pretty brazen lies about me, and I just want to address that in a video and make the those of you who are not my hardcore fans and who don't know me that well, I just want to make you aware that this is happening. And I encourage you to listen to my videos and give me a fair hearing and not just make a judgment on me based on what these commentators are saying, because a lot of them are lying. And the lies are starting to become more brazen now. I guess Zack Knight's getting a little desperate. He's worried that conspiracy law is back, and he's trying to create a distraction technique so people won't listen to my message in these videos, so that he can keep the Jesuit order going and so that he can keep using nukakis. If he can get everybody convinced they don't exist, then he can keep using them to kill the enemies of the Jesuit order. And we're not going to let Zack Knight get away with that now, are we, my fans? Okay?